Morning students. I hope all of you students are good. But now we have to start the chapter, the next topic, vibratory motion. We already discussed about the translatory motion, curvilinear motion, circular motion, rotatory motion and oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion, to and fro motion. But now we have to discuss the vibratory motion. When the part of the body remain fixed. For example, this full body. This is a full part. Half part is fixed, half part is in motion. For example, you take the scale. Hold the scale like this and doing like this. The scale doing vibration. So one part is at rest, another part is in a motion. When the part of the body remain fixed and rest of it undergo to and fro motion like this, one part is in my hand, one other part is in motion. So that was to and fro motion or oscillation. The motion is called vibratory motion. One part at rest, other are moving. Yes, see the diagram. For example, table on which is one scale is there. Here you put any object. When give the jerk down, the scale moving up and down. Vibratory motion is there. Same. You have one thread, your rubber band between two these objects. When you give little jerk, it do vibration up and down. Like this, rubber band doing like this, vibration motion. The body moves back and fro about its mean position. Here mean starting position, here also starting, this side, like this only. Mean position. A vibrating scale or from a table or a vibrating string. Already told about this. Now next we see the periodic motion. Period. A regular interval of any motion repeat after a regular interval of time. Yes, see, very easy. You see that main topic is the periodic. The word is the periodic. The motion which repeat every fixed interval of time. If the body repeats its motion in regular time interval, it is said to be in a periodic motion. Regular time. For example, Earth revolve around the sun after 365 days. Fixed time is there. Same Earth rotating around their axis also and revolution also. Axis make the day. The time period is fixed always. Yes. All oscillatory and vibratory motions are periodic. All the oscillatory and vibratory motions are periodic in nature. Yes. For example, all the oscillatory and vibratory. Maybe oscillatory pendulum moving like this. For example, it complete the one oscillation in 2 seconds. Again 2 seconds. Again, so it may be periodic, sometimes not periodic. Vibratory also fixed time interval maybe not. If not fixed, so non-periodic motion is there. Yes, for example, other rotation are the rotation of Earth on its axis, a revolution of Earth around the Sun. If it move around the Sun, that is a revolution. Their own axis, that is called rotation. Now next one is a non-periodic. And you see the pendulum clock also. Periodic motion is there in the pendulum clock. Down the pendulum is there. Moving like this. Like this. This is the pendulum clock. Here down the pendulum is there. Which is moving like this. Non-periodic motion. It is a body does not repeat its motion at a regular interval of time. It does not repeat its motion regular interval of time. It possesses the non-periodic motion. Not fixed. Time not fixed. For example, you throw the ball up. It may come after, take time, depend upon their weight. A car moving, sometimes speedless, sometimes not fixed. Stone falling, sometimes if stone is heavy, they take very less time. If stone is light, take more time. Depend upon their weight. These types of the motion is the non-periodic motion. Now come on the multiple motion. The word see multiple. Which time the one or more, two or more motion is there. Like this. Sometime moving body perform 2 or 3 types of motion simultaneously together. Example, rider ride a bicycle. Rider ride a bicycle. This is the wheels of the cycle is there. Rider ride the bicycle. Bicycle when move in front, it is a translatory motion. Translatory motion. And the wheel moving like this. Moving like this. This is the rotatory motion. The motion is a multiple motion. The rider bicycle wheel rotates. The bicycle move forward also, and rotating like this also. Rotatory motion also and a translatory simultaneously. Both motion occur simultaneously. That is called multiple motion. Translatory motion. Motion simultaneously. For example, rolling ball. The ball rotates underground and undergoes the rectilinear motion. Yes, rolling ball. When rolling ball move in front also, rectilinear motion also, and translation motion also. Therefore, it possesses rotational. When ball moving in front, see this is ball. Translatory motion and rolling also rolling motion. Overall, it is called rolling. Overall, it is called rolling. A rolling ball rotate and undergo rectilinear motion. Therefore, it possesses rotational also and translational also motion also. Same like the bicycle. Our next motion is a rotational motion. Next is a random motion. Means motion not fixed. Sometime sometime other, sometime another. Maybe sometime translatory, sometime like a flying kite. Flying kite may be sometime rotating, sometime moving front like this, sometime vibratory. So anytime they change their space, like a kite, like a fly. So this is the random motion. More than 2 or more, lot of type of motion come in any time, that is called random motion. Our next topic is simple pendulum. A simple pendulum consists of small metal bob. This is a bob, small metal bob, like this, small metal bob, suspended from a rigid support. This is the rigid support by inextensible spring. Inextensible, not flexible, spring. The bob execute to and fro motion like this. This is the mean position, this one both of the extreme position. Yes, starting one mean position, here extreme, again mean, again extreme, like this. That is called mean position, where the bob is at rest position. The two position of the maximum displacement. You know here mean position, the bob go here, maximum position here, maximum height. Again come back, already told to you, here kinetic energy maximum, maximum velocity, kinetic energy formula half mv square, so velocity is highest, so kinetic energy also highest. Here height maximum, h maximum, so potential energy mgh. Their height maximum, it means potential energy also maximum, but kinetic energy 0 because velocity is 0 at extreme position. Again mean, again extreme. So this maximum displacement, this one is a maximum displacement. See. Now we understand with the graph also. This was the mean position. And this one is the extreme position, maximum. Extreme. This was the height maximum here. This displacement. Just try to see in the form of graph. When here the make you displacement, here time. So graph is like this, like a wave. Here the body move like a wave only. So this was the, when displacement increase, time increase, displacement, time. Here the maximum, this is the amplitude. Maximum displacement, this one. And again when the time increases, the displacement started decreasing. Here see pendulum. First of all, as the time increases, displacement increasing. This is for example a reason. Here 1, 2, 3, then increasing. But again come back. When again come back, again start decreasing when time is decreasing. Then here come, this is the mean positions. Very easily understand with the help of graph extreme and mean position. So two extreme position, one mean position. Very easy, student. Yes, this is the rigid spode and pendulum length L. This was the length L. The string should be light and extensible. The string should be light and inextensible. The length is L always. This is the extreme position. This was the mean position. Now you see that Galileo Galilei is the credited with the invention of the pendulum. The credit goes to the Galileo. However, it was the Christian Huygens who made the first pendulum clock in 1656. Who makes the first pendulum in 1656. So now here we have to discuss about next terms involved with the simple pendulum. Some terms are there we have to discuss. Length of pendulum I already told to you, yes. From the rigid bow to their bob, this was the distance. Length of bow. Yes, the distance between point of suspension and the center of bob. Here center of bob is there. Now the term denoted by L, capital, that is the small l is there. It is the now come on the next topic, that is the amplitude. I already told this was the maximum displacement. Maximum displacement is called amplitude. Like when the bob here and go here, maximum. This was the displacement maximum. Like this the graph like this here, and this one graph downward here. So it is a maximum displacement of bob either side. Maybe this side maximum, maybe this side maximum. Yes. And it's, see that it is the maximum displacement of either of direction, and it is a displacement from mean to extreme. Mean to extreme position. Maximum displacement of the wave. Maximum displacement of the pendulum. Next is the oscillation. Now we have to see the oscillation. One complete cycle of a to and fro motion of the pendulum is one oscillation. For example, the motion start from the extreme position. Extreme back come here, again come back. This is the half oscillation again. From where it start again come back, this is the full oscillation. One oscillation is there. Extreme, mean, again extreme. It means this is the one oscillation. You start from the mean, go to extreme, then again mean, extreme, then again mean. This is the full oscillation, one oscillation. This is the half oscillation up to there, and this one also half oscillation. So complete one oscillation is there. Now come on, the next one is a frequency. Very important. Frequency, student. Frequency. Denoted by nu. The word used nu. Not a V like this. Like this. Or maybe like this. Frequency. Sign maybe this, maybe this. Frequency means what? When the pendulum continuously swinging from one side to another side, it complete how many oscillation in 1 second? For example, this is the pendulum. If pendulum complete one oscillation, if in 1 second you have to count how many oscillations are there, that is called frequency. For example, in 1 second one pendulum do the 20 oscillations, sometime 30, sometime 10. So in 1 second how many oscillations is there? The number of oscillation it complete in 1 second, that is called frequency in 1 second. Now we have to see the graph. Numerical is there on base this. For example, you have one pendulum is there which do 20 oscillation in 20 seconds. Now you have to want to find out the frequency. To frequency, you know you have to find out the frequency. So always the time period should be 1 second. To do this, first of all, we have to discuss about the time period. The time period is the time taken by pendulum to complete one oscillation. To complete one oscillation, how much time is required? That is called time period. That is called time period. It is denoted by capital T. Capital T. Capital T. Now we see the first of all relation between time period and frequency. The frequency is 1 upon T. You know time period unit is a second. So here unit is a second, so it means per second. Here unit is a per second frequency, and one more unit of the frequency is a hertz. So 1 hertz, like in small form you write like this. 1 hertz equals to the 1 per second. Same only. So the graph here the numericals are very important. How you are able to find the numerical with the help of these formulas? Yes. So here you see what? Frequency is inversely proportional to the time. This is the sign of inversely proportional. What it is mean? Inversely. Inversely mean the time period is always 1 upon something. When you increase the time period, for example 1 by 2, 1 by 3, downward that up 1 is the denominator, downward is the denominator. When you increase the denominator, up 1 is the same. So overall value, see overall value decreasing. It means what? When you increase the time period, the frequency decreases. Inversely mean one increase to other decrease. If you increase the time period, the frequency decrease. Obviously, if time is less, so obviously if time is more, the frequency is less. So if time is more, so you have to complete the 20 oscillation. If time is more, so you have to require the less frequency is there. If time is less, the frequency is more, obviously. If time is less, we have to complete the oscillation very fastly. So inversely proportional is there always, keep in mind. Now we see some numericals on the based upon this frequency and time period. Question is what? First question is what? 20 oscillation in 20 seconds. Find out the frequency and time period. First of all, we have to try to find out the frequency. There are 2 methods to find out this. First of all is a unitary method is there. You already use in the mathematics. So try to solve this numerical. 20 oscillation in 20 seconds. Frequency for frequency. We have to, time period should be 1 second. So you have to find how many oscillations in 1 second. See, 20 oscillation in 20 seconds. Question is this. Question is this. Now, what you want to find? For 1 second, how many oscillation? So which thing you want to find? In unitary method, keep in mind, this is the given part, and here this one you have to find out. So first of all, you use the given part. First of all, see which thing you want to find out? Oscillation. Which one you have to find out? Keep on the right hand side which are the given. You write the 20 second in 20 oscillation. Any pendulum do? You not write like this 20 oscillation in 20 seconds. Why? Because which thing you have to find out? Put on the right side which are given. One, then you find out for the 1. If you find out for the 1, you have to divide with there. Keep in mind. 1 only. So 1 oscillation is the frequency is there. So here frequency is 1 hertz. Keep in mind. If you want to find out their time period also, you know, time period is equal to 1 upon frequency. If frequency is equal to time period, so that 1 upon same only, same formula. You have to put the frequency 1 hertz. So hertz come on the per sec. So time period come, that is the 1 hertz. So per hertz is equal to 1 second. So time period will come 1 second. Same only if the frequency is the like this 1 by second. This was the hertz only. This one if come there, this was the 1 by hertz. 1 by hertz I put 1 second only here. See there. Very easy method. I am again repeat 20 oscillation in 20 seconds. So you have to find out for 1 second, 20 in 20 seconds, 1 for like this only. So 1 is the time, 1 hertz is their frequency, student. If you want to do another method, for example, another question we try to do. If 20 oscillation in 40 seconds, find out the frequency and time period. Very easy. You have to find out the frequency for 1 second only. If you want to first of all find out the time period, now another method is there. Then you try to find out the frequency. Time period. Time period you always know for 1 oscillation always you have to find how many seconds. Use this. Second you have to find out to put the second on the right side. 20 oscillation pendulum do in 40 seconds. So 1 oscillation you have to find out for the 1 oscillation. That is a 40 upon 20 second. Same like the toffee is there. Like toffee. See example. For example 40 rupees ki 20 toffees. Or you have to find out the 10 toffee. How many rupees? Which you think you have to find out to put on the right side? 20 toffees, 40 rupees. Not that side 40 rupees. Right side not 20 toffees you put. 40 rupees only put. So 1 toffee. First of all find out for the 1 toffee. So you always divide when you find out for the 1, 2. And next for the 10 toffee, you have to always multiply. Answer is the 20 rupees. Same like this only. Geometry method. Yes, understand student? So 1 oscillation in 2 seconds. So time period is 2 seconds. So now you want to find out the frequency. Put there 0.5 per second, and you know separate this, put 1 with there. Per second is equal to 1 hertz. So like this you are able to find out the frequency. So this is my lecture, student. In the next lecture we have to discuss about the factor on which time period depend, and on factor which on time period of the pendulum not depend. Thank you.